Do you like me?
Just like me.
Like Me TV Fresno on Facebook. Get the latest news, interact with others, watch videos, become a fan of me. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.
Hi, I'm John Malos, and welcome to Connect with me here on Me TV Fresno, Monday morning here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV. Today it's on the air, off the presses. We're talking with Oscar DeLEON, a 32-year veteran, a photojournalist, worked at every station in the market. He's now retired. We'll talk about him and his family. It's a family affair. Back with your phone calls, too, in just a moment.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
And welcome back to the program. Your phone calls on this Monday morning are very important to us. Hope you had a great weekend, by the way. The phone number here to call is area code 559-265-4331. And let me remind everyone, as I do just about every show now, turn down the sound on your television and try to be specific to the question, the topic that we're on today. And it's on the air, off the presses. We are going to be talking to Oscar DeLEON. He's 61 years old. He's a photo news journalist who is now retired. Let me show you a picture of Oscar and his family, because at one time this was a family affair. Left to right is, well, it's Oscar's son, Carlos, and then next to him is Oscar. He's the father. Next to Oscar is David, and Armando is his nephew. At one time, they all worked together in the news business as photojournalists. Oscar, by the way, is here live in our studio right now. He worked at every station, 21, 47, 24, Channel 30, and he started his illustrious photojournalist career at KMPH Fox 26 many moons ago. He is here to talk about his family affair. You know, it's a rare thing to have 4 members from one family work as a photojournalist in the same television market. Oscar, as I said, worked at every station. He had his son, who now works at Channel 30, by the way, is Carlos. His son David at one time worked, and his nephew Armando worked at one time too. Your phone calls are important. Oscar would love to take your phone calls. Area code 559-265-4331. But try to keep in mind, we can't take your phone call if you don't turn the sound down on your television, and try to be specific to the topic. We've got a great guest today, a great show. We look forward to your phone calls and some very interesting photos we're going to show you toward the end of the program. Stay tuned for that, and some interesting video from Channel 30. Nancy Osborne. That's right. In just a moment. We're back with more in just a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
And welcome back to the program. Oscar DeLEON is here. I kind of misspoke in the beginning. He's got a son, Carlos, who works at Channel 30 now, a brother, David, who once worked in the news field, as did his nephew, Armando. Oscar, welcome. Known you for a long time.
That's right, that's right. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, I met you way back when, in the 90s,
in
when
the
I first
90s,
arrived
sure,
in Fresno. You
sure.
were working at Channel 24 or 30?
If it's early 90s, it's 21.
21. Okay. Well, it was, I think it was mid to late 90s.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe it was...
That was 24 then.
So it would have been Channel 24. Oh, man. So let's put up a picture of you and your son.
Okay.
Oscar and son. I want to put that photo up on the screen, and you can talk about your son, Carlos, who now works at Channel 30. You are retired, of course. And it's a rare thing to have so many people from one family work as a photojournalist in the
Yes.
same market.
Right, and we only had 4, and I'm telling you, I come from a large family, so I'm surprised I didn't have 10.
Right.
I mean, there really is I come from a very large family, so
Right.
it's just that these few got together and got into the business. But my son basically got into the business, I don't say accidentally, because I never knew he knew anything about television, but he grew up around it.
Okay, let's put up a picture of your son and you, and you. Oscar and son. Do we have that? There it is right there. Your son, Carlos, now works at Channel 30. That
Right.
picture was taken many years ago. So you didn't try to persuade him or have any influence?
No. But like I said, he was always around it. I mean, I would take him to the station to visit, and I think it was like on payday or on the weekends to show him different stuff. And like, you know, like I said, I was surprised that he got into the business, and I was very, very happy. But knowing that he was training for that, never. But, you know, when you grow up around something like this.
We've got a picture of your son, too, by himself, holding the camera. I think he's working at Channel 30 at this point, right?
Yes, like I said, I'm very, very proud.
Right. And that's Carlos right there. What makes a good photo news journalist?
I think somebody who listens, and I mean really listen to.
What do you mean? Listens to what?
When you show up to I don't say a crash site, a house fire or something like that, you just listen to what's going on. I mean, say you arrive and they're working on something, and you just have to be very, very alert, key on every little thing, detail, I guess it's the thing. So I always had that in my life somehow, that the detail, if you see something, you know, running across the way or something falling from the roof or something, that's where you need to go or something. But you need to really just be alert to what's going on in the scene or the affair that's going on.
All right, we're talking to Oscar DeLEON. He was a news photographer for many, many years, and if you watch any of the news channels, 30, 47, 24, 26, and you watch the video of these news events happen, whether it's a news conference, a car accident, a fire, a photojournalist is the one that goes out and takes those pictures. Oscar did this for many years, 32 years.
Yes.
Now, you had a brother by the name of David, a nephew by the name of Armando. Now, I don't know how much detail you want to get into this, but sadly, your brother David
Passed on.
In
in
can you
06.
tell us vaguely what happened?
Basically, he was at a football event, and a couple of football players fell on him, and basically he had pretty serious injuries, and then finally he had complications on what happened, and he passed on. I think from October it happened. By May he had passed on.
What year was that?
06,
Okay.
but it was pretty devastating to all of us.
I can imagine, and our condolences go out to you.
Yes,
it's
thank
a
you.
tough thing.
But
and
his
you're-
2 boys are doing very well. One just graduated from UC Santa Cruz, and the other one is up in Washington. So
How about your nephew Armando? He's no longer in the business either,
he
huh?
didn't last really long, but he loved the job. He was like, wasn't even at work, but no, he's now a meat cutter somewhere in Selma, but having a
How
good
did
time.
it happen that 4 members from one family ended up in the same industry, in the same town?
It's hard to say. It really is. Other than I brought my brother in about 10 years after I was in the business. I brought him in to sort of introduce, to get him to do the job, and then like I said, my son fell on it, and then before I knew it, the nephew had just followed into it.
Biggest news story you covered in 32 years?
Oh, how about 10 stories?
Okay, all right.
But the biggest one, I guess, is that balloon crossing, because after it came on the news and it came out on the national news with Walter Cronkite, I got 4 phone calls, including 2 job offers from L.A.
Amazing.
So you know, it's like hitting a home run, and everybody wanting you to be on their team. It was pretty powerful, pretty impressive.
We're going to show that in the next segment after the break. We're going to talk about that. What's the second biggest?
Second, I guess, would be the space shuttle launch.
Yeah, and we're going to show that too.
And,
Okay.
and it's funny because it was like the second one. It wasn't the first space shuttle launch. So it was like, okay, you're not going to go to the first one, but you're going to go to the second one. So it was you know, I thought it was just as important. I had studied the first one, but I really copied some of the style from
Best news anchor slash reporter that you ever work with?
Ooh, anchor reporter, and I don't want to be biased or anything.
Come on, you're retired now. You can be honest.
Early on, you know, it's hard to say. It really is. But I have to mention Rich Rodriguez myself. He was.
Okay, he's over 26 now.
Right. This guy was something else.
Why? What made him
so
good in your opinion?
He had honed all his skills, the writing skills, his voice on radio for 2 years. So he had really polished everything. Now all we have to do is add pictures to it. And he'll even tell you that.
Was he easy to work with?
Very easy. Are you kidding? That's why I mentioned his name. He was very, very easy.
And he knew what he was doing.
Exactly. And he left me alone to do my job. So my pictures, his voice, his writing.
When you go out with a reporter or an anchor, what's the chemistry like? Does the reporter tell you what you need to shoot, or do you kind of know on your own, or is there a mixture of both?
It's a mixture of both. You really, like I said, besides communicating, hey, how was your weekend? How was this? How's the family? And then you push that aside and you go, okay, you know, we're going to go do this story on this football player or this new person coming into town. You know, what are you looking for? We want this. Before you knew it, we knew what questions were going to be asked or what he was going to talk about. So they always said, play to the words, show pictures to the words, and that's what the key to the success.
All right, we're going to take a time out, Oscar, and come right back and show you some very interesting video from years past at Channel 30, Space Shuttle, the balloon crossing. Oh, it's an amazing piece of video on both sides. We're back, and your phone calls too, area code 559-265-4331. Hey, the phone lines are open. Call in. See you in just a moment.
Is taking care of laundry taking too much of your time? Have you become a missing mom? With a new, fast, efficient washer and dryer from Ventura TV Video Appliance, you'll spend more of your day the way you want.
This Amana Super Capacity Washer Dryer Pair is now just $6.99, and this heavy-duty Maytag Super Capacity Washer Dryer Pair is only $8.99.
Don't spend your life on laundry. Upgrade today at Ventura TV Video Appliance and save.
And welcome back. We're with Oscar DeLEON. He's a photo news journalist, at least he was, for 32 years. He's now retired. He's 61 years old. He worked at every station in town. I got to ask you, Oscar, you worked with a lot of news anchors in this town. You worked with Bud Elliott, worked with Stephanie, worked with Rich Rodriguez, Warren Armstrong,
John Malos,
Nancy Osborne. Who's the most difficult to work with? Come on. I'll cover my ears. Okay,
let's see. Can I give you an initial now?
You never worked with me, though.
No, you're right. You're right. But I'm working with you now.
I know.
No, you really couldn't say. You're
not going to say.
No, I can't.
You're not going to burn any bridge even though you're retired?
No.
Come on, there's got to be one.
No.
What if I guess?
No.
Hey, we got a call in. Maybe one of your former workers. You never know.
I hope so.
Hey, good morning. You're on Connect with Me with Oscar. What's your question?
Question, Oscar. Is he on call 24 hours?
Okay, he's retired now, but when he was working, was he on call 24 hours? Is that your question? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Oh, yes, John. That's the question.
Absolutely. You're always on 24 hours. It was like, you're not a fireman, but you're a super fireman.
But in those days, there were no cell phones. In the early days, you had pagers.
Pagers and two-way radios in the car. But they wouldn't allow you to take the cars home in the early years. Later, they let you take the cars and the cameras home. But yeah, it's ongoing all the time.
Okay, I'm going to take you back. Let's see, we got another phone call? Yes, we do. Let's take it real quick. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me with Oscar DeLEON. Quickly, what's your question?
I don't have a question. I just wanted to see how he's doing on the air. He shot a rap video for us back in 98, and I just wanted to say hi to him on the air if that's possible.
Yeah, well, he can hear you right now. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going, Oscar? This is David Ortiz, brother.
Hey, how you doing? I showed him the video. I actually showed it, but we didn't have enough time to show it. But yeah, that was always one of my highest outside stuff out of the news that I really liked that I did for you guys.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about Dave, man. I haven't seen you in a while, you know.
Yeah, well, I moved away. I live in Visalia now, so if you get a chance, look me up, please.
Yeah, you know what, Oscar? I wanted to know if you still have the footage, because somebody went and broke in the office and took the actual video, the master that I had of the video that you shot of it.
I have it. If you like to, like I said, get a hold of me, I'll definitely give you a copy.
Okay, brother. Are you? Can I get a hold of you through 411 or how would I get a hold of you?
Well, just call us here at the store and we'll put you in touch with Oscar. Our number here is 265-4326 at Ventura TV. How's that?
Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you for calling. I appreciate you reminiscing with Oscar. I appreciate the phone call. Thank you. All right, I want to take you back because we've only got about 3 minutes left in this segment. It was a balloon ride in 1982 that you shot and almost got you a network job at CBS. Let's turn around, take a look and a listen.
Maxie Anderson personifies man's continuing quest for adventure. Not content to be just part of the three-man team making history 2 years ago in the first transatlantic hot air balloon flight, Anderson and his son Chris lifted off again early this morning from San Francisco, headed for North Carolina. The first challenge for Maxie and Chris Anderson was to bring their Kitty Hawk up and over the Sierra Nevada. They have met that challenge on their way to what they hope will be the first hot air balloon crossing of the North American continent.
Okay, and of course, that was Mark Hedlund reporting. You were behind the camera shooting the video that we're looking at right now. Maxie Anderson and his son making the first transatlantic hot air balloon flight, San Francisco to North Carolina, way back in 1982. How did you shoot such great video right there? Where were you to take that shot?
We're in a fixed wing plane, and we were up so high that we had to be, I guess, holding or sucking up oxygen at the time. So everybody had a little hose in their mouth, and so as you know, cameras, and you're holding the camera still, and your diaphragm moves. So if you're taking air, the diaphragm doesn't move.
People don't know how difficult it is to take a shot like this.
We're 2 miles away from that balloon. That's 2 miles.
Right, and you're in a plane, and you're trying to get a tight shot of the balloon and the passengers inside, Maxie Anderson and his son Chris. That was way back in, of course, 1982.
Yes.
And that almost got you a network
It
gig.
got me 4 major phone calls, 2 from New York and 2 from LA, and they were just like, wanted to know who shot it. They wanted to know, you know, this, that, and the other, and I got a job, 2 job offers for that.
But you decided to stay here.
I wanted to be in Fresno.
All right. Another piece of video, the Space Shuttle Columbia, 1981. Take another look and a listen there, Oscar.
An incredible event to see and feel in person. The Columbia poised on the launch pad, the flag waving over the countdown clock, eyes straining against the morning sun. Everyone's attention is locked on this scene. Cameras ready and waiting. It was at this time last week that the clock stopped. Not so today. T-minus 31 and still counting.
Oscar, who is that talking? Who's the voice there?
That's Nancy Osborne.
The one and only from Channel 30.
Yes, we were on the road that whole week. We were on the road for a whole week that year.
Right, and let's take a look at this space shuttle as it takes off. You're about how far away from blast off?
3 miles again, 3 miles from that space shuttle. And you know, you're looking at this, you don't know what to expect. I mean, they're just telling you, hey, there's the plume.
So that's your video, you took that?
Yes, that is my video, and I had a cameraman next to me pretend to get this shot while I was, so I could edit in that shot.
That's called a cutaway.
Yes, but you know.
Beautiful, so you're 3 miles away on a telephoto lens.
Excited, I mean, nervous. What if something goes wrong? You didn't white balance, you didn't do something.
That's shot on film or tape?
That's tape, but that was the early tapes.
That was the early tape.
Yeah.
What about the Kitty Hawk, the balloon that went across? Was that film?
That was also film. I mean, excuse me, that was also tape.
Okay.
But those are the early years of videotape.
Boy, that is amazing. We have other video that we're going to show you and the audience, of course, that you shot, but we got to take a commercial time out right now, and we're going to talk about the Connect With Me Daily Deal with Lauren Boothillier. Your phone calls are important too. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the go big, thin as in, flats where it's at place. The HD 3D web-enabled electronics and TV place. You following me?
LG's 50-inch flat panel TV is great for sports, and the 600 hertz subfield driving virtually eliminates motion blur. Get it now for just $5.99.
At the big screen surround sound, no more $12 popcorn place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Howdy, I'm John Malos, and I'm here to tell you all about me. Me TV, that is. When nothing else matters but boots and chaps and cowboy hats, Me TV is where you ought to be. From the Cartwrights on the Ponderosa to Marshall Dillon keeping peace in Dodge, Me TV is your station for Western hits like Bonanza and Gunsmoke, the Big Valley branded Rawhide, the Wild Wild West, and more. So dust off your boots and saddle up and visit MeTVFresno.com to learn how to get Me TV for free.
Is taking care of laundry taking too much of your time? Have you become a missing mom? With a new fast, efficient washer and dryer from Ventura TV Video Appliance, you'll spend more of your day the way you want. Save now on Frigidaire's Advanced Affinity Laundry Pair. Let Frigidaire save you energy, water, and time. Don't spend your life on laundry. Upgrade today at Ventura TV Video Appliance and save.
Back on the showroom floor, I'm Lauren here with your Connect With Me Daily Deal for Me TV viewers. The Daily Deal is this 2-in-1 stick and hand vac by Electrolux. This is a lightweight and cordless vacuum, so there's no need to replug in between rooms. You can simply pick up and go on to vacuum to the next room. The hand vac portion is also located in the stick vacuum, so there's no need for 2 separate units. It's all right here in this one unit. And don't you hate having to try to maneuver around all of the furniture in your house with the 180-degree swivel head? There's no need to have to maneuver around the furniture. And it's also great for picking up dog hair and particles even on the thickest of rugs and carpets. And you don't have to sweep your hardwood floors either, because this vacuum will pick up anything on your hardwood floors. It is also great for upholstery, and you can reach in between the cushions on your sofas or your recliner chairs. The regular price of this unit is $159, but Ventura TV's everyday low price is $129. But for your daily deal price, we're selling this vacuum for only $99. This is a deal you cannot get anywhere else. Sears and Walmart have this unit, but they are completely out of stock. So come into Ventura TV today, where you can pick up your 2-in-1 stick and hand vacuum, good through tomorrow at noon.
Thanks, Lauren. Hey, I may get one of those, Oscar. I don't know. Who knows? We're back in a moment with more of Connect With Me. What a great deal.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready, steam-equipped, high-efficiency Frigidaire Affinity place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
From now on, when I sneeze, I'll try to sneeze more friendly.
All right, we're back with Oscar DeLEON, photojournalist for 32 years in this Fresno market, worked in every station, including Fox 26 and 21. And Oscar, you were on some dangerous situations on several occasions. And I got a piece of video that I want to show you that you're very familiar with, because you shot it many years ago.
Right.
I think it was shot on film. Let's take a look at it. We're going to talk over this, and you tell us what we're seeing here as we take a look at the videotape here. In just a minute, it'll come up. There it is. What are we seeing here?
We were a suspect in the neighborhood over by Belmont and Fresno, and we just happened upon this guy. I mean, he
was holding a gun.
Loaded Glock or loaded real Luger or something, but he was packing, and we didn't really know it. But afterwards, it was pretty scary thinking or knowing that he pointed that loaded gun right at us.
What year was this?
This had to be close to 86, 87.
Okay, and this was shot on film?
No, again, this is tape.
Oh, this is tape,
but
because it looks like it's on film.
It was primitive cameras at the time. There were tube cameras instead of CD stuff. But
right.
So it looks a little murky, but it's
now, we were talking earlier, you're lucky the suspect didn't take a pot shot at you.
Exactly. Like I said, it was terrifying. It was afterwards, because if you notice, the camera goes down, a normal effect, when somebody runs by you and points a gun at you.
Did you think he was going to shoot?
Absolutely.
There's the gun.
Absolutely. I thank my lucky stars
but
now.
The point is, it's not uncommon to run into situations like this if you're a photojournalist or a reporter. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
That's the nature of the job.
Yes, and if you stay long enough in this industry, things like this will happen right in front of your camera. And it's up to you to either record it, shoot it, or faint.
All right, we've got the pictures that you brought with us, with you.
Right.
Okay, you brought these photos. They're your photos.
Yes.
Tell us how you obtain these photos. Arthur, go ahead and put those up on the screen. We're just going to go back to back to back on these. What are we looking at?
Probably, anyways, these are Channel 30's old archives from the mid-50s.
And they threw them out?
Well, they discarded them, and I happened to take them out of the dumpsters.
What are we looking at there?
That's the Arthur Murray Studios downtown at the Fulton Mall before they closed the Fulton Mall up. So these are all mid-50s. McDonald's hamburger on Blackstone and Shields. These are really beautiful photographs with the Warner's Theater. These are, again, to me, they were the art. I didn't know what it was until
who's that right there?
Al Ratka, who was one of my idols growing up on television, and then working with him and on his noon show was probably the best part of my life, working with somebody like that. Gas station in Blackstone, and you can see it's 30 cents a gallon, which we'll never ever see again. But these photographs are just gorgeous to me. I mean, it's black and white. They're they're landscape. They're.
Is that Manchester Center?
Manchester Center before they turn it into an indoor mall. The Hacienda Inn, which was a nightclub type place.
And look at the cars. You can tell this is 1950s.
Exactly. So really, you can by looking at the surroundings, you can tell that.
So this is old historic photos, much like the Pop Laval collection.
Exactly.
That Channel 30 threw out.
Discarded. Yeah, in the industry, they run out of space. They it's like stacks and stacks of reel of film. So they can't store them very long because they got rooms full of this stuff.
Yeah.
And now they're videotapes, and now they're hard drives. So now they can probably take care of them now. But
you're going to get a phone call after this show.
I
they
hope
want those
so.
photos back.
I hope so. I'd like to show them back to them.
How'd you get started, real quick?
I saw somebody with a camera and a film camera on their shoulder walk by, and I thought, what
year was that?
I was a junior in high school, 1968.
What high school? Exeter?
Exeter.
Okay.
And so I followed that guy with the camera, and I said, what are you doing? So they were in our community taking pictures of footage of it. And I wound up on one of these films. So there's me in this film, black and white, at the age of 16, playing music and talking to different people.
And what advice do you have for the younger generation coming in? They want to be photojournalists. We've got 30 seconds.
Basically, you'll never get rich, but you're going to have the most fun you'll ever imagine. To me, it was never work. It was never
to be
work.
a good photographer, the key is what?
Listening and being alert. If you can see, if you're alert and you can recognize anything, be all around.
But you got to have a good eye too.
Good eye.
Good
Very
instincts.
Good. Instincts.
Oscar, out of time. I don't want to get cut off. Will you come back again?
I hope so. Sure.
Bring some more photos.
I'll have more. I'll have more to
Bring
show.
Nancy Osborne with you. All right, Oscar DeLEON, retired photo news journalist. We're back tomorrow. That's it for Connect with Me. Thanks for watching.
of me?
Me?
Go to MeTVFresno.com for schedules, information on your favorite shows, videos, pictures, and more. Go to MeTVFresno.com today. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.